Hey bro, are you that newbie? Hi, good morning sir. My name is... Shh, your name is now newbie. You're probably not gonna stay long anyways. What? Anyways, can I ask who's that? I saw him on a call working since 8 a.m. Ah, you mean Dan. Yeah, he's our forever junior exec. Yeah, he's been here for 5 years. You mean he's never promoted? He looks like the most hardworking guy in the office. If he's like that, then there's no hope for me. You see that guy? His name is Matt. He joined last year, I think. Same position as you, and now he's really a manager. What do you mean? Dan's been here working since 8 a.m. and Matt is just spending his morning chatting with his team. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to talk about why hard work only keeps you employed, but value gets you the promotion that you always wanted. In today's video, I'm going to break down why hard work alone does not necessarily score you a promotion, what goes on behind the scenes really for a promotion, and what you should do today differently to move your career upwards. The question that most of us would ask ourselves, are we the problem? Well, most of us are raised in an environment where we believe that hard work equals to success. But in the workplace, hard work only traps you instead of propels you forward. Now let's talk about hard workers. What do they typically do? First of all, they say yes to everything. Second thing, they solve problems quietly. And lastly, they turn invisible. Now here's the problem. When you work hard, you are only going to be rewarded with more work, not promotions. Let's take Dan from earlier as an example. Now, Dan is the most hardworking guy in the office. Everyone goes to him to try and solve their problem. Why? Because Dan is just reliable. He's willing to take on the extra tasks. He always completes his tasks on time and everything is done to perfection. And best of all, he doesn't complain. But when time comes for promotion, he is just being overlooked. The leadership sees him as having no impact to the business, and yeah, probably the tasks are completed on time, but it just seems magical. And let's take Matt as an example. Now, Matt probably does fewer tasks compared to that, but he regularly shares his updates during team meetings. He would share his accomplishments, his achievements, and how he contributed to his team. And when his project manages to increase revenue by 15%, everyone in the office knows about it. And guess who got promoted? Here's an interesting fact. Research from Harvard Business shows that employees who strategically manages their visibility are 43% more likely to get promoted compared to those that just work hard. Now, contrary to some beliefs, promotions aren't just based on efforts. There are 3 more factors that are more important than that. Number 1, impact. Number 2, visibility. And number 3, trust. Firstly, let's talk about impact. What does impact mean? It means that you should focus on the key priorities that actually moves the needle that matters to the business. It does not matter if you complete 100 or 200 tasks. All it matters is that you're focusing on the right task. Secondly, let's talk about visibility. The most important thing about visibility is getting the right people to be aware of the value that you bring. Because if no one sees your results, it basically did not happen. And lastly, number 3 is trust. It is important that your decision makers trust that you can handle bigger responsibilities. And of course, this trust comes from you being consistent in your work and delivering the things that matter to the business. Here's a quick example. Let's think about Steve Jobs. In the early days of Apple, he was not the one putting in the effort to code day and night, but instead what he focused on was what was the product impact to the consumers. He was rallying his team and he's making sure that the investors and all his stakeholders could see the result. I just remembered an interesting story from my personal experience. At a company that I was previously working with, there were two analysts that joined right about the same time. Analyst A was quietly producing a ton of dashboards and reports. And let me tell you, the quality of those reports were amazing. However, for Analyst B, he wasn't creating as many dashboards or reports, but what he did differently was during the team meetings, he would share all this information that he had with the leadership team. And his reports could identify the gaps in the business and also share what are the areas that they could improve to further improve the revenue. And would you take a guess on who got the promotion after 2 years? So, how do you escape from the hard work trap and actually get promoted? Number one, let's talk about communicate outcomes, not tasks. Let me show you 2 examples and tell me which one you should be doing. Hey boss, that report you were asking for? Yeah, I got it done. Hey boss, that report that you were asking for, I completed it, but I wanted to share that I identified some areas that could potentially save us about $50,000 a year. So, what's the difference between the two? One only talks about you completing your task. The other one shows that you care about the business. You bring up things that matter to the business, which also means impact. Number 2, it is important that you always remember to solve problems that your boss cares about. Say for example, in every weekly meeting, your boss brings up the same issue of having low customer conversion rates. So what should you do? You probably should look into why the conversion rates are low and what are the things that you could potentially do to raise the conversion rates. If you spend time solving misaligned problems, it keeps you busy. However, in your boss's perspective, you're invisible. Last but not least, is to make your progress visible. So remember, the next time when you're working on a project and your results are starting to show, please just send a weekly update. Or, if you can, showcase your results in a weekly meeting. Now, some of you might be thinking, hey, I don't really feel like bragging in front of my other colleagues. This is not a matter of bragging, it's about professional communication. My friend actually shared me a simple strategy that he used to get himself a promotion in a short amount of time. Every single Friday, he will write an email titled, "This Week's Impact," and send it to his manager. And within 2 months, his leadership team identified him as a key contributor to their business. And in the next 6 months, he actually got a promotion. Here's an interesting fact that I found. There was a study called the Gollout study. It shows that employees who regularly share their achievements are 2.5 times more likely to be considered for promotions compared to those who don't. My next question is, what are you waiting for? If you are aiming for a promotion this year, I hope that this video helps you rethink your strategy in your workplace. But most importantly, I just want you to remember that hard work just ensures that you keep your job safe. But if you want to grow in your career, always remember to create measurable impact to your business. Make sure that it matters. Number 2, make sure that the right people actually see it. See your results, see your contribution and what you have accomplished. And lastly, always remember to build trust so that they know that you are the right fit to handle bigger responsibilities in the business. And I'll leave you off with one final message. Don't just work. Work where it matters. And that's the way to grow.